Everybody, happy Sunday fun day. We are on our way home after a long 8-hour day of being in the car, hitting appointments, showings and listings everywhere from Jamestown, Tennessee, through Morgan County, through Oak Ridge, through Knoxville and DePaul, and ended up in Halls, now headed back home. Woo. All over. I don't know how many miles I put on my car today, but it was a lot. But I do want to get into this. I've had this now just for a couple days because I actually met the client today. There's cops going after somebody. And I got a new client for a couple reasons. And number one, I do want to just thank, and I always try to thank this, right? I always thank people for referring my name and telling people, hey, just call him or ask any questions. I'm always here to ask questions. Like, you don't have to give me business for you to call me up and say, hey, is this true? Is this not true? How does this work? I'm happy to always explain things because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and of course a lot of shady agents who will tell you things which I want to get into that is absolutely not true. But in this case, there was hopefully a client that I will help list and sell their home. They work with a bunch of people who I've helped in real estate over many, many years, and those people were telling them about me, and I guess he ended up reaching out, getting a hold of a different agent to go and look at a home. And in doing so, he mentioned to the agent about selling his home, and they went into the whole details there, and this is where I'm getting into this video. So in I think it was August of 24, Jesus, crazy thing, it's almost 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago. Pretty sure it's August 24 now, geez. The real estate rules changed with commission. Huge lawsuit in Missouri, that was a class action, ended up bringing NAR involved. And just think NAR is like National Association of Realtors. Just think of it as the union for realtors. And really, you can't really do real estate without being a part of the union because of MLS rules. They basically agreed to pay, I don't know what it was, but like hundreds of millions of dollars back, blah, blah, because of like collusion, different things in real estate involving commission. And so the whole thing was then done and settled, whereas buyers are going to pay their agent, sellers are going to pay their agent. But now what still happens is buyers are paying their agent on paper, but then that agent turns around and then asks the seller to then repay their fee, right? And so 99% of the time, at least here in our area, 99.99% of the time, the seller is still going to pay the buyer's agent. So although there's added paperwork and some added disclosure to it, the money's still the same for all parties. Now that will change with it, but what I want to get into is, and when he called me and was telling me, he's like, hey, I got some questions for you. I was like, yeah, sure, man, happy to answer your questions. I had some people at work refer you over and kind of had just a recent experience. I just kind of want to know like what's true and what's not. And I was like, yeah, sure. And we have really weird rules about talking about commission, like publicly in advertising. I wish we didn't. I think it's stupid. It would benefit me greatly if I could put my commission on my website and on social media and talk about it in every video, because I'm cheaper than 99% of people, and I don't do stupid hidden fees. And I can tell you though, our contracts are risk-free, right? We don't hold you anything. We don't have cancellation costs and all these fees and dumb stuff that all these other people do. I don't say dumb stuff. That's not the right word. It's not dumb. It's business practice. I get it. They're going to do their business their way. I'm going to do my business my way. I'm going to do the business the way that I would want to do business with myself. This agent told him, actually state law, which there is no such thing, says that our commission is this when we list your home. That is absolutely not true, not even close to being true. There is no law of any kind anywhere that says commission has to be this, whether it is high or low or medium or whatever it is. Whether it is 0.0001 millionth of a percentile or 100%, it does not matter. There is no rule. It's always negotiable. Now, like us, like we have our set fees, and I get it. If you don't want to deal with it, hey, I understand, right? We're not the right fit for you. And there's plenty of other agents that have those, set fees, and they run their business and everything. But we're intentionally cheaper than for the most part, right? Anybody that's realistically, especially people that's our size, it doesn't even come close. But they told them that this fee, which was in total 33% higher than our fee, that was a state law. No, I said, no, that's absolutely not true at all. And here's what we charge. Boom, boom. He said, oh, okay. I didn't figure that was the case. He said, also, we're looking to buy a home, and we need to sell our home. So I said, yep, so you have a contingent to sell, happens, not a big deal. We have some hurdles and some stuff like that we'll have to overcome, because it's not always a strong offer for a seller. I was like, no big deal. He said, well, they told me I had to have my home listed. That is absolutely not true, completely false. Almost to the point where if your home is listed but not under contract, that's actually a worse look for you than if your home isn't listed, and the chance that it goes pending very quickly. Because I promise you, if I'm a seller, you're sitting here and you bring me an offer and your home's been on the market 30 days and it's not pending, I'm going to make you bend over backwards to get an offer accepted, such as some non-refundables, paying some money to do so if it doesn't work out, really, really strict timelines, asking you how are you moving in price, probably putting something in writing on that, right? You're going to have to bend the knee a little bit. Whereas at least if it's not on the market, we know you probably have to get on the market in like 2, 3, 4, 5 days, really, really quick. A typical timeline is, have it pending in, 14 to 20 days, or the seller can yank it, meaning cancel the contract, go back on. But I was like, no, if anything, I disagree with that, because what if you put it up on the market and you get a great offer and they say, hey, close in 3 weeks, get out. You're homeless. Where are you going? You have nowhere to go. You're not cash on the next deal, so you're not closing in 3 weeks anyways. And you try to negotiate, no, hey, you know what, give me 45 days, give me time. The buyer says, nope, don't want to, I got to go quick. So if this isn't going to work out, I'm just going to go the next home. You just lost a buyer. And again, I'm being persuasive in talking about it that way. There could be, they could come back and say, sure, 45 days, closing everything works out and everybody's happy. But that's just, I kind of look at the risk reward. I weigh averages. Things could happen, might happen, shoulda, coulda, woulda, all the things. And I don't want you to end up homeless. And in 2021, sure, right? Let's list your home. Let's get under contract. Somebody's going to buy it, and then somebody's going to give you a lease back to find your next home, right? Not a big deal. That happened all the time in 2021. We are not in that market. That is almost impossible to find right now, unless you're going to, give the home away to, for an investor type price for someone to flip it or rent it out or something. So told them that. Dang it, what was it? So you told them the percentage was high, had to get it on the market before they could even put in an offer. Not true at all. And dang it, I didn't write it down. There was one more. There was 3 things that they did. Dang it. Oh well. I should have did better for this video. But yeah. And the main thing here, right? Am I shocked at all about an agent saying, hey, we need to get your home on the market? No, I'm not shocked at that. A lot of agents do that. There is an argument that could be a good thing. I could see where I think it's like an 80-20, right? There's a small 20% argument that could work out, but I think you got to go with the 80. I think 80-20, most people take the 80 of not listing it for. But what that does is that secures the business, right? You are now in a contract. And guess what? When you're looking to buy, you're obviously going to probably use that same agent to buy. So the goal, for agents, because we don't get paid, is to get you in contracts and then therefore hopefully close deals to get paid. That's like, it's a sales industry, right? That's how they teach it. Again, not our business practice, but that's how that they're going to teach it to most agents, and it is what it is, right? It's a sales industry. You got to look at everything in life is sales. So like, it's not the real estate agents are bad at doing it. I mean, everybody's selling you everything. Everybody's selling you an upsell, right? You go to take your car in for an oil change. Guess what? Those are trained people to upsell you on how to get you to change your oil filter, this and this, and pay you and do all that. It's all an upsell at the end of the day. That is life. Yeah, on that note, I wanted to share that because I could say, I could technically report that agent between them and their brokerage with those lawsuits. You're talking major big deal, talking about commission being state laws and all this stuff. Now it could be a brokerage. A brokerage may say, hey, we all got to charge this fee and nothing less or nothing more, blah, blah. A brokerage can do that. And all right, back. Sorry, reconnect to Wi-Fi. So yeah, I mean they have their rights. It's like a different attorneys, right? You can call 10 different attorneys. This attorney might be $300 an hour. This attorney might be $150 an hour. This attorney might be $5,000 an hour. Well, you pick the one, right? I mean, same thing with realtors and their fees and stuff. But that was a huge, huge deal that I want to share. That's what shocked me because of the lawsuits. Like, I haven't heard of anyone doing that. I thought, like, surely people wouldn't be that stupid to do that. I mean, that is a big, big deal. But I always like sharing that, so you guys can always be on the lookout. So when someone tells you, oh, you have to do this or you have to do it like this, blah, blah, in real estate, feel free to call me or text me. I'll let you know if that's true or not, because there's a decent chance that they could be fibbing a little bit. But who knows? If you need anything, holler anytime.